So Rochdale 13 with Alan Kilshaw ahead of Keighley Cougars visit on Sunday. First off, it was a good win down in London. Have you looked back on the game and reviewed it further since?
Yeah, like I say, well, the first half was very good, like I said on the day, and just looking for that 80-minute performance now, that consistency across the board. Probably leaking too many points as well for my liking. I think 30 at Newcastle, 28 against Keighley, 30 odd at Barrow, and then 28 again on last weekend. So we just need to tighten up that area, and it's not all defensively, it's some of the stuff we're doing in attack and the pressure we're putting on ourselves, especially when we got momentum in the game. And we did that on the weekend. A couple of times when they had a man in the sin bin, we turned ball over on play 1, play 2, and then we didn't see the ball, and weren't able to take advantage of the fact that they were a man short. So we've had a look at that in the video, and we'll tidy up those areas, and if we can get that first half performance across for the full 80, we're going to be hard to beat.
And you went down on the Friday night and stayed over on Friday and came back on the Saturday. Do you think that was vital in your preparation, that you got that right and you didn't have the bus journey in your legs on Saturday morning?
Yeah, it was a long journey, even the 5 o'clock kick-off coming home, and that seemed to drag on, and it was a long stretch. So to get up there on Friday night, and we got there late, but we had the full day to prepare, and we didn't have that that journey in the legs, and I think that was one of the reasons why we started so well. We weren't leggy and we weren't flat, and you can be like that, especially going up to London, and they picked up some good results there. So it was very worthwhile, and we appreciate the board and people that help make that happen. And when we go away, it's just some more time we can spend together, and do little bits of video and with individuals, or just things we can do as a team, eating meals together, and that it just builds that team spirit and makes it stronger. And there's a lot of that on the weekend.
And it's Keighley up next. They're struggling a bit of late. The form isn't the best, but do you think that makes them even more of a threat, that they might be on the end of a bit of a backlash at the weekend?
Yeah, they're a dangerous side. I think they've probably not performed since they won the iPro Cup. I know they've had a couple of wins since then, but in terms of the performance, they've probably not hit those heights, and they've made finals and consistently, and that group of players knows how to do it, and so does that coach. So they're a dangerous team at the minute. They're a desperate team, and the more games they lose, they're going to be more desperate to pick up them points and make the top 5. And if they make the top 5, then who knows what can happen. And I watched the game against Hunslet back, and they were probably off on the day, but they still did enough probably to win the game in patches. So they're a dangerous team. They scored 28 points against us last time, so we won't be taking them lightly at all, and we know how hard it's going to be on the weekend.
And the Cougars head coach Paul Martz has been given a bit of an ultimatum of get up to the championship or he's going to lose his job. Do you think that's a bit harsh of the club to do that, or is it part and parcel of being a coach at this level? It's a bit of a results business. And
yeah, look, whether to air that in public, there's been a lot of internal pressure on them this year, starting from pre-season. I think the chairman said it was promotion this year. They spent a lot of money, so the pressure was on them anyway. I think it was following our game that they came out and said that to Paul. But it can work one of two ways. That club's been through a lot of an emotional time over the last 18 months and last 2 seasons, and Paul's steered him in the right direction throughout that. So a lot of players will have a bond with him, and they're a tight bunch of players, through the adversity that they've been through. So they'll be working hard to try and save Paul's job and trying to get in the championship. And the squad's a championship quality squad. So it's tough business. It's a results business, and they recruited really well, and they have spent a bit of money in the off season. So they'll be expected, or they have been expected, to do better this season. And for whatever reason, it's not worked out yet. There's still time, and there's still opportunity for them to turn it around.
And just on team news, obviously Lewis Galbraith and Alex Trumpeting finished the game at the weekend. Any updates on them and any other injuries?
Yeah, Lewis probably won't feature. Alex is a chance. Jono is 50-50. He's got a few niggles, so we'll probably leave him out this week. We'll get a check on him tonight. We've got Josh to come back from Crowley. We've got Jack Holmes available as well for Lewis, and then obviously Steve Rowe will come in the mix as well. So we're pretty healthy at the minute. Chris Riley had a bit of a setback the other night with a foot injury, his first contact session back. So he'll probably be out past the Toulouse game now, which isn't great for both parties, but hopefully he can be back for the business end of the season. Otherwise, just general bumps and bruises that you get at this stage of the year.
And you've got a squad with a lot of depth this season. You've shown that a couple of times, and you personally, you've not been afraid to cut players that are more experienced than that normally would have been the first names on the team sheet. Do you think that has helped them players improve and also helped the players around the squad?
Yeah, look, nobody's place is taken for granted, whether your reputation or not. Everyone's treated the same. Wayne came back in last week and showed what he can do, and we're not afraid to leave players out if they're not on form, and we expect a reaction like that. And he's a great example where he's not featured much in the last few weeks. We've asked him to go away and work on a few things, and he's copped it. He's come back and had a big performance, and I'm expecting Wayne to kick on again this week. And it's the same. It's the same for everyone in the squad, and we're in a performance profession, if you like, and you're judged on how you play. So again, this weekend there'll be 17 players there that we feel will do the job, and the players who are fit and they're left out, they'll have other opportunities in training and maybe in games to warrant being selected for the games in the future.
And just on a bit of a final note, the talk around the club of late from players and staff has been that kind of you haven't hit top form yet and there's still a lot more to come. Is that pleasing or is it worrying for you? Because it could go one of either way.
Yeah, look, it needs to happen soon. I think we've shown in patches how good we can be. The first half against Keighley, London on the weekend, Toulouse game. We've got to be a bit more consistent. The injuries we've had haven't helped, that cohesion on the edges or with the halves. So that's been difficult, but this is the time now, and the players know that, and that's what we've been building towards, and how we've trained. And speaking to Ryan, the conditioner, he doesn't expect the lads to peak, physically for another week or two, and then probably stay at that, for the rest of the playoffs and the playoff final. So I think physically we're getting there, and hopefully we put in a performance on the weekend, a really good performance, and then build on that. Because we've got 3 really tough games coming up. We have that break, and then we go again.
Cheers, Alan.